Hey everybody, it's Shelly Hoffman, and as promised, today I have MaryAnne. MaryAnne Williams is actually, to me, she is the Greater Baldwinsville Chamber of Commerce because every time I need to know something, this is the lady that I call. How you doing today, MaryAnne?
Doing well. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good, pretty good. I'm just kind of enjoying. I think we both have seniors that went off to college, so we're chatting about that a little bit. It's different, right?
It is different. Yes.
So the reason I asked you to be on the show with me today, MaryAnne, is because I was really hoping that the kickoff to the end of COVID was going to be the Taste of Baldwinsville. I must have told the mayor that 6 or 7 times.
Well, and way back when you and I talked back in March, when this all started, we said that's the goal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, well,
yeah. Well, definitely better. It's not as bad. Obviously, there's more things happening
right.
and whatnot. And we both completely understand why the Taste of Baldwinsville cannot happen. But
Well, for those of you who don't know, the Taste of Baldwinsville, in its current version, was held for the first time last September. And we did not click as people entered the island. We did our own little informal checking. And we know well over 2,000 people attended. Well over.
And that was with the rain. Remember the rain at the end of the night?
It poured, yes. And so there's no way we could have 2,000 people come back to the island this September. We kept hoping, but as we got closer and closer, and even if all the attendance restrictions were lifted, our biggest fear was that all these vendors would put in a supply of things and they'd be ready to go. And then the night before we couldn't have it. And they've all been through so much. They continue to struggle. The last thing we could do was put them at financial risk by ramping up inventory, ramping up staffing for an event that may not happen at the last minute. So even though it was gut wrenching, we pulled the plug and said, you can't have it this year.
Yep. But on that note, going back to what you just said about, how many people are struggling, just not the vendors that were part of that, but a lot of people, you are doing something that will hopefully help the community, help the vendors, and it's kind of just like the Rotary did the sidewalk chalk contest. It's something for people to look forward to, in my opinion. So can you tell us what you guys did decide to do?
We are having I don't know if you want to call it an event, call it a contest, call it whatever you want. We call it Taste of Bville Fab Fest. Fab standing for food and beverage. And it's a simple way to remind people of all the wonderful, the fabulous places we have in Bville to eat and drink, and then rewarding people for going to those places. All we're asking from the locations is that they give us a $25 gift card to say, yes, we're going to play in this, we're going to participate, and which will then be used as a prize at the end of the event. And it's a Facebook and Instagram event. People can go to one of the participating locations. They can dine in, they can take out, or in the case of Sweet Dream Candy Shop, buy a purchase. And all they have to do is take a photo of themselves with whatever it is they're getting at the location. Okay. And it's one entry per person, per location, per day. I think I got all those in. And it's just a simple way of showing, hey, I went to this place. This is what I got. And then they tag Taste of Bville. They tag their location. They have to like the location and they have to like Taste of Bville. When it's all over, we'll use random number generators to determine our winners.
There's no minimum amount they have to spend, anything like that. They just to go.
No, but they do need to buy something.
Right.
So,
and again, that goes back to what we were saying about promoting the business, bringing people in the door. But let's go back to bringing people in the door part, because once again, there's rules and regulations and restrictions to that, right?
Right. And we did not want an event where people would be in large groups, like a pub crawl, going from place to place and crowding in. All these places still have restrictions on how many people can be in there. And please, as a reminder, do not hold these businesses responsible for regulations they are required to follow. Let's not put any business at jeopardy because they're doing what they need to do. That's all that needs to be said on that. But wear your mask, abide by distancing, be kind.
Yeah.
And there's some fun prizes that can be won. Like I said, we're using the gift cards that the locations give us as prizes. And those will be determined by a random number generator. And you, as you learned in kindergarten, you get what you get and you don't what you get. So if I win a $25 gift card to a place, I'm excited. I don't really care which particular location it is. But we also have 4 very special prizes. First prize is $100 gift card to the participating location of the winner's choice.
Okay. Nice.
Any of those places. And then there's 3 $50 gift cards to the participating location of the winner's choice. And those prizes are being sponsored by Marathon Energy Corporation. And we are so thankful to them for saying, even though we committed to sponsor this other event, we are happy to sponsor this version of it. And their sponsorship will include a cash donation to Peace Incorporated. They do wonderful things in our community, one of which is help people in need get the food they need. So we're a food and beverage event, so it makes sense that we help someone who's providing those to people in need.
Absolutely. What are the dates of this event? When can I start, and how long do I have to hit all those places so that I can enter?
Tuesday, September 22nd through Sunday, September 27th.
Okay.
So you have 6 full days.
Perfect. And how many restaurants or vendors are participating?
Right now, and remember, this can change at a moment's notice, we have 12 locations that have committed to participating. And before I read the list, what I'll tell people is go to the Taste of Bville Facebook page. That's where locations will be listed. You can keep up to date on who's participating. And as new locations say, yeah, I want in, we will post them there. But so far, we have Sweet Dream Candy Shop, WT Brews, Sal's Pizza, Abbott Farms, Olive's Eatery, Twin Trees, Brick and Barrel, Canalside Cafe, Sammy Malone's, The Wood Country Club, Tassone's, and Pizza Man Pub. And I don't know about you, Shelley, but you get into a rut and you go to the same places over and over. And when we were looking at the list of places to invite, it is astounding how many food and beverage locations that we have in Baldwinsville. And it's like, oh, I forgot about them. Oh, I like that place. So this is a good way to remind people, hey, there's a lot going on here. And if you haven't been to this place in a while, go back.
Right. And you know what's nice about the Taste of Baldwinsville last year, and then you also are part of the Big Chill. I know you do that with another group,
Yes,
organization,
with
Rotary. But that's another way that you guys push us to other restaurants, if that makes sense. Because I remember the Taste of Bville, I tried a roast beef sandwich from Sammy's that I would have never even thought about ordering at Sammy Malone's. You know what I mean?
Yes, and their roast beef sandwiches are legendary for a reason.
Yeah. So something like this, it'll make me go somewhere that I haven't been. Another example is the Canalside Cafe. I've been there for breakfast, but I know that they serve other meals throughout the day as well. So it's an opportunity if you've never been there to go and try their food. So there's still quite a few restaurants that are missing, because like you said, we have a lot of restaurants in the greater Baldwinsville area. Is there a way that we can maybe help get the word out to see if they want to join or participate? Maybe
we
pressure peer.
Emailed, texted, or visited in person. We hope every single location in Bville. Yeah. Invariably, you forget somebody, and that's always scary and troubling, and we're sorry, but you know, we've done what we've thought of every place we can. We hope we can think of. You ought to see me drive through the village in my brain trying to jot down the name of every place. But if your favorite location isn't participating, say, hey, did you hear about Taste of Bville? And if they haven't, have them call me. The number for the chamber is 315-638-0550. or they can send an email message to baldwinsvillechamber@gmail.com.
Nice. I do have a question for you in regards to contact. If someone sends a message, if they're on the Facebook page and they send a message through Messenger to the chamber, will you get that as well, or is it better to email or call?
We prefer email or a phone call.
I had somebody ask me that the other day, and I said, let me ask, and I had forgotten about that, but
sometimes messages go in and you lose them, and then people get mad that you haven't responded, and I never saw the message, and I am not a fan of Messenger, so I just prefer to keep it easy. Email, telephone.
Well, and for those of you that may not know, businesses, if you have a business page and a personal page and you monitor a work page, messages do get lost.
Yes.
So that's why I wanted to point that out in case somebody did message you and they haven't heard back from you. That would be why, because they do. They don't pop up as easy as a phone call obviously does, or the email. So is there anything else you think it's important for people to know about the event? Obviously, we want them to go. The hashtags have to be there, correct, in order for you to know it's there.
Absolutely. Has to be Taste of Bville. How else are we going to find you?
And I'll put that information obviously on a Facebook post. I'll keep sharing everything that you guys are doing about it. But I want to say for the community, there's a couple people that have remarked on the comments, just what a great idea. Thank you so much for everything that the board, obviously I give you a lot of credit, but you have a board behind you that comes together, and, and those are businesses in the area. And we just appreciate everything that you do.
Thank you. The only way we're going to get through this is by working together. And I always enjoy seeing when businesses or organizations are working together. Sometimes you could say that they're actually direct competitors, but they understand that if they work together, they're all going to benefit, and the whole community is going to benefit. And that's a wonderful attitude, and I believe it to be true.
Yeah, and I believe that for the most part, Baldwinsville has that attitude. We've seen it with retail stores and restaurants working together, with different organizations and businesses stepping up to help get something accomplished. And the sponsor for this, they didn't have to carry their sponsorship from the actual event that was on the island to something that's a little bit more virtual, spread out a little bit. So again, kudos to them for still wanting to be a part of it. I think it's a great event. So.
Well, good. Thank you.
I appreciate your time today, MaryAnne. And like I said, we'll share everybody. If you're watching this, you see it on social media, please share it. Get the word out. We're helping the restaurants, but MaryAnne hit it key when she said, respect the restaurants. If you're not someone that typically goes out because you don't want to wear a mask, if you're doing pickup, a lot of them do curbside drop off. They're not doing as much as they have been, but there is that option as well, or you could ask for that, but just be courteous of our servers. So, well, thanks, MaryAnne. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks.